はい、おはようございます。なほです。
Hey, I'm Matt.
はい、このカモンレディオでは、私たちが運営している英語のオンラインプログラム、カモンオンラインについて、英語で語っていくポッドキャストです。毎回ゲストの方をお呼びして、プログラムについての意気込みや、バックグラウンドなどお伺いしていきます。今日のゲストはですね、アライナです。
Yeah, I'm so excited, Naho, to have Alaina on the show today. I've known them
Yeah.
for 2 years almost, and they're one of the most creative people I know and have been super involved with us for the past couple years. So really excited to have them on. Alaina.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Alaina.
Hey, Alaina.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you guys.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for joining. To start, if you can introduce yourself a bit, like where you study, what's your major, your hobby, interest. Yeah.
Yeah. So, my name is Alaina. It's like back into the beginning of school. You introduce everything about yourself. So I go to UCLA, which is University of California at Los Angeles.
Woo.
Yeah.
I am a double major, so I study two different things, both art and German, language and culture. My hobbies are looking at dogs, taking photos of dogs, and petting dogs. No, I really love dogs, and I'm very interested in all animals, actually, but most of my hobbies surround making art. So it's my show and tell moment.
Please share.
Yeah.
This is a print. This is a linoleum. Ooh, I almost said lithograph. This is a linoleum print. So it is made with this piece of rubber that I put, I roll. So I roll ink on it and then press it on. And then I do anything you could imagine. Here's a painting of, no surprise, a dog. I do ceramics. This is, I do throwing, which is making pots, as well as I do hand building, which is when you kind of just carve into the clay with your hands. And then I also work with fiber. And so I make blankets and clothing out of yarn, as well as adapting clothing. This shirt used to have a very high collar and long sleeves.
Oh.
But it was very itchy. And so I said, a vest.
But wait a second, that's not a dog.
This is not a dog. This is my, I'm sorry, I should have given it to everyone in full glory. This is my boom shirt with dumbbell.
So cool you adapted that, yeah.
So, and then my career goals are to honestly live a life I love. My career goals are to travel my career goal is to learn. And I think that traveling and working and talking to other people are all ways to learn. And so that's what I want my career to be.
The perfect mindset, and no surprise you're one of our main team members for Come Online with that mentality.
No surprise, truly. I'm trying to think. One of my favorite Japan experiences was, I am also, unsurprisingly, everything creative, creating anything, creating food. I love it. So one of my students in when I was in Sendai, because I was actually able to go abroad 2 years ago in 2019, gave me a printed out list of all of her favorite restaurant recommendations in town. She circled her favorites on the whole list. It was 3 pages long. And she wrote down the food that I had to try from each place. And I think that is something I will never get rid of, and probably the best gift I have ever received.
I would frame that.
And did you finish the list?
Yeah.
I did actually.
Wow.
Whoa.
3 pages.
3 pages are the circled ones of the 3 pages. So
Yeah.
the
Amazing.
top.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, and as you said, you're in your last year at UCLA right now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
How is it going? How are you adapting to the remote learning lifestyle now?
It's a little tough. I study art and I make art, as I just showed. So I cannot do many to most of the things I love. I can't do ceramics at all because we cannot interact or go into the studio.
Yeah.
So I cannot paint. I live in a very small bedroom where it's not safe for me to use oils inside. And so many things I loved, I cannot do, but that does not mean that I haven't learned how to make new things and fallen in love with that. So I have started to learn how to animate, and I have been working in claymation instead of firing my ceramics. I now turn them into little moving characters.
I need to see one of those.
For sure.
Yeah, and oh, hi Masaya. Thank you for your comment.
Masaya, hello.
Hello.
I think you made a great point, Alaina, of, adapting to this remote lifestyle and what you can do rather than what you can't do artistically and creatively. I think that is a great lesson for all of us, me included, Naho included, that we can take away. Oh, hey, Ellie.
Hey, Ellie.
And yeah, so as I mentioned in my introduction of you've helped us create the curriculum for Come Online, and like I also said, you're one of the most creative people I know, and helped implement creativity into our program. It's obviously a super important part of it. And you've participated in our camp, and yeah, what do you what did you find to be the most impactful experience for the remote Come Online program for you and students?
I found it just so enriching to be able to connect with other people. Something that's very important to me is travel, because I think that I can appreciate and love the time that I spend in any place when I know that I'm going to be somewhere else soon. And so I feel like I take full advantage and use my time best. And so it was really exciting to be able to work with students and have that moment of traveling even during the pandemic and being able to connect with other people, and knowing that I was able to make a difference and be a point of reference and someone else there during such a lonely time for so many people. Really wonderful.
Yeah, that's nice of you, Dan. I can surely back that up, that you made a difference in many students' lives. Looks like Robert submitted a question there.
Yeah. What art inspires you the most?
I think the art that inspires me the most is work that is hard for me to think about. something that is challenging, and I know that I really like it, or I'm like, I like it, but something's off. That search and that exploration and trying to figure out and find out what pulls me in, or kind of the search of different layers of things. So this is an art piece that I did. So this is Derek, and Derek is me. So I dressed up as both a boy and a girl for this art project. And so the idea, you're very out of focus, just the idea that something you look at has multiple layers going on, I think is super exciting, because it makes you think and go about looking at the world in different ways. And so, yeah.
What a great answer to a great question. And also, if I may say so, Alaina and myself and Naho and all our other team members are constantly pushing that in our program too, and challenging each other to look at things differently. I think that's great. And thanks for sharing again too. Oh, another question
from Ellie. Yeah. What is your newest, greatest love now?
Oh, in terms of art making, I think it is, I think it's painting. Painting is really hard. Last week, if you asked me if I liked painting, I hated it. I never wanted to paint again. I was 3 days into class and I said, no, I don't paint. I'm sorry. I just don't paint. But I think the struggle of having to do it, even though you do not like it, pulls me to a place where I learn to love it. And so I've been working on abstraction. And so just kind of thinking about colors in a different way has been really exciting.
I was about to say, I love those colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as I take a sip of my coffee here, I kind of wish it was in that ceramic mug you showed us earlier.
This one, I will admit, is full of candle pieces. That's
so
the only problem with being an artist is you have a lot of cool hobbies that you get to show people, and then you have a lot of strange hobbies, like filling up jars with candle wax, that will become something, but are not something yet.
Hey, we all will become something.
Exactly. It's just
a great metaphor.
Stepping along the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hi, Michiko-san.
Hi, Michiko.
Yeah, and also we are currently in the process of developing an art-based English program with you. How do you think art and language are related or can be related?
So to me, what is so important, one of the other things that is really important about art, we are candle wax. But is that same idea, is that when you're talking about art or looking at art, you end up talking about metaphors and how things can be other things and how they remind you of different stories or your life or troubles you're going through and ways to deal with them. So I think that having a space or a camp where you can both create and work on developing and making a visual or artistic language of expressing yourself can also be so helpful when you are then at the same time also talking in a new language and expressing yourself in a way that is not stressful. A art English camp is a place where you can talk, hopefully, while also working, because I miss studios and the act of hanging out with other people and making art together and the way that conversations flow. And I think that that type of space has a very strong ability to be a positive space for language learning.
Exactly. And we and even though our Come Online program is, more centered around global issues, we bring in art, and we definitely bring in that atmosphere, what you just said, of a positive space to talk and connect with each other. All together as one, as jars of candle wax. But yeah, thanks, Alaina, and everyone listening. We'll keep you updated on the art camp, because we would love to implement that soon.
Yeah.
And I think Naho has one more question for you, since we're running out of time.
Right. For the Come Online program, you have 2 English language presentation and workshops, one on illness and vaccines, and another one on gender. Like, obviously, discussing vaccine is super important and relevant right now. However, in our last session with you, you had an interesting discussion with students about gender. Can you share a little bit about your 2 lessons, Leslie?
Yeah, so vaccines, important. Get your vaccines, all of them. Everyone that you can get, please. Visit everyone in America and across the whole world. I want to come back to Japan. So I think that I have done research into the vaccines, and the Pfizer one that has come out and is being used in America is a very safe, good vaccine. There are different ways for vaccines to function when they go into your body, how they work in your body. This one works in a way that is usually quite safe, and so I highly recommend it. Oh, everyone has disappeared. Is it me?
We still hear you.
Yeah, we still hear you. You're here.
Oh no, can Alaina hear us?
Alaina.
We may have
Or
lost.
am I the only one here?
we may have just lost. Is Alaina back?
Okay, I'm gonna refresh. We'll
Yeah,
see
I'm
what
just
happens.
trying to put her back on the stage. But we can still hear you.
But they might not be able to hear us. So Alaina.
Oh.
Well, I can say for a fact that if everyone listening, Alaina's illness and vaccine presentation is super interesting, and like they said, obviously super relevant and super important and super informative if you want to learn more about not just how it's going on in the U.S.
Right.
but everywhere. And then their presentation and workshop about gender as well is really, really interesting. A lot of people that attended enjoyed that. So if you're interested in either of those, or art and creativity, Alaina, like we said, has done so much for this program, and will be working with us continuously over the next few months on Come Online. So sorry we lost you, Alaina. We missed you. But anyways, we'll say thank you now to Alaina for
thank you,
joining us.
Alaina, if you are watching. And for all the information, it's in our webpage. Please access to the link below on the information. And also, as well as crowdfunding, we started from this year. We're gonna add more information in English as well. So even non-Japanese people can contribute. Yeah.
Some more exciting contributions.
Yeah, some more contributions are coming. So please wait.
Yeah, if you're listening and you can't read Japanese, it's okay. The translation works, and we're adding some exciting. Oh, Alaina!
Alaina is back.
Let's see if I can go back again. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. And the internet.
It's okay.
Yeah. In the meantime, Yeah, more and more contributions are coming, so we're gonna update. I think if you follow our crowdfunding page, you can get the update. So please follow. It was our Common Radio channel.
And now we can say
Now-
to Alaina live, we can say thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
And-
Thank you.
And I
all.
did continue where you left off about your awesome illness, vaccine, and gender presentation. So
Thank you.
hopefully everyone will interested in attending one soon. But thanks again, Alaina, one more time.
Yeah, thank you, Alaina.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, we
So
look
happy.
forward to have more English session with you. The English sessions information also in our web page, so please check. And let me introduce something in Japanese. That クラウドファンディングやホームページの情報などリンクが掲載されておりますので、ぜひそちらをクリックして詳細をご覧ください。Okay, and we're gonna have more podcasts next Thursday.
This Thursday.
This Thursday at 11. Okay, so see you on Thursday. And thank you, Alaina. Thank you
Thanks,
for joining.
Alaina. Thanks, everyone, for listening. See ya.
Bye.